pisses me off, frankly, when people do it to me. And so I just felt like I was not at the point in the conversations that I've started to do that yet. So I kind of just tabled that and said, keep working on the conversations, keep, sending your little, hey, how's it going conversations, and you'll get to that point later.
No, and I like that, because I think there are some that I've talked to that, and I agree with you. So I was talking to Amy last night, and for those of you guys, just so you guys are caught up with the conversation, and she said, have you guys ever gotten a message in your Facebook Messenger of something that's like, you haven't talked to somebody in 10 years, 15 years, and it's like, hey, I've got this opportunity, you should look at it, and it's very direct. And so it's more of, you can take these scripts, and each person is going to be different. And so you kind of just read the person or read the situation, and you look at it, where like some people, they love the voice to text. Me, I answer those messages very, very last, if not 1 or 2 weeks later, because I'm not in a place to listen to a message. It depends on the person, but it's kind of a numbers game, and you're just kind of playing with it. But just read it. If you haven't talked to them in a while, then just start up a conversation of, hey, we haven't talked in a while, I just want to see how you're doing. And so we had some of those scripts yesterday.
Yep, we had in the description, I go back and there's a ton of information in there. So if you guys don't even have a list, go to the basics and have a fundamental and create your list and figure out who's hot on your list and say, okay, here's the people. In any type of sales organization, they call it a sales pipeline. I know that might be a little technobabble, but it's kind of like your big list of people you can actually talk to and keep pulling people from, rather than, I don't have anybody to talk to, I don't know who to talk to. It's like, oh, well, I always have a list of people I'm talking to, trying to warm people up and slowly start trying to push the opportunity towards them, right? I totally agree. I think you kind of have to see the opportunity and practice, but a lot of the times you don't know until you practice it, okay? And so really a big part of it is practice. And guess what? It's a numbers game, you guys. So there, you will run into a lot of no's or a lot of people that aren't there. You just got to keep with it. You got to do the little dance to keep you going. And it's a numbers game. Okay. So we just got to keep at it. And that's why we're here in this group, to keep us going and keep us pushing until we can turn those strangers into friends.
And I'm going to put in there that you will have good ones, you'll have bad ones, you'll have good parties, you'll have bad parties, where I can tell you story after story of people that I've talked to. I've spent hours on the phone getting people excited, they're ready to join, and then they join with someone else. But it's okay. It's totally fine, because it's like, you know what? It wasn't meant to be. And I was meant to help them. I was in their life for a reason. And you need to look at the positive, and we're just going to find the next person.
Yeah, it'll come back. Mm-hmm. Okay. Following up for a minute or two, Dolores. Any feedback with the homework?
Hello. Yes. Well, I didn't do yesterday's homework. Well, all of it. I'm homesick with COVID.
Oh,
but
dang.
so I haven't been going live, but I have been coming on the meetings and doing what homework I can.
Awesome.
So I did get a new customer today.
Awesome. Big win.
I
awesome.
reached out to somebody that was reaching out to my husband, somebody that's doing the same thing. They opened up a business. They haven't heard from him in like 10, 20 years. And they wrote him on his phone that they were selling coffee and that they were this. And so I told my husband, I said, tell them to forward that email to me. And I wrote them and I told them that I was his husband, his wife, and I'm the coffee drinker in the house. And I told them, I says, hey, let's support each other. I'm running a business also. And I sent them my email, and I'm on all social media platforms. And then when I checked, Paparazzi, he bought from me.
Cool.
So he signed up as a
Awesome.
new customer. And so I sent out the thank you and reached out to him. And now we're friends on Facebook and TikTok.
Awesome. Good.
So I have one more thing to say, though. Okay, it's about social media. Because on TikTok, I go live on TikTok. And in order to go live, you have to have 1,000 followers. So I had to go crazy. And it took me 4 days, but in 4 days of making videos and interacting, I got over 1,500 followers.
Good for you. That's awesome.
So I was looking at
amazing.
I was looking at some of the comments because I just met through 2 people through the chats that going on TikTok and doing lives, and I was giving them some advice and some information. But what I wanted to suggest is because we're Papa sisters and brothers, we're here to support each other.
Right.
And one of the things that helps you get seen more is liking and comment on somebody else's videos. It helps build your algorithm.
Right.
So there's 4,000 people in this chat. If we try to follow or support each other, we can help each other grow together as far as moving on to the next level on social media.
Right.
Just the thought, because a lot of people are scared because they think that to follow or friend another paparazzi means that they could steal their customers, which I understand that because a lot of upline tell their people that they shouldn't friend another paparazzi. But we're supposed to be in here for the sisterhood, you
Right.
understand, of building up each other. And I think that's a great way. 4,000 people, could you imagine if each one of us followed each other, how far we could get ahead in the game?
Yeah, that's awesome.
No, and I love that. And I think that's something that we'll see about maybe doing a post or something where I think right now, if you're commenting on other paparazzi people, the algorithm's going to pull that up and it's going to show only paparazzi people. So I want you to build customers and other people, but I think it's good. Like, let's network, let's do this together and let's help each other out. Because if you got 1,000 people, that's a lot. That's amazing.
Awesome. Yes.
In 4 days.
Yep.
Like, you guys, Dolores, she's one that you guys should watch.
That's awesome.
And she's doing
And
exactly
just to
what we're
let you
talking
know
about.
that TikTok and social media, they love hearing about your family and kids.
Yeah.
I posted a video of my grandson feeding his toy dinosaur and got 41,000 likes within 2 hours.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's
So
awesome.
children, think about
Cool.
that. So when you post your jewelry, post your children wearing it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Doris.
All right.
Let's just get going into thing. Tara, we'll come back to you in the little Q&A at the end. Today's a little bit shorter with like what we're going to train on, and we'll come back to you, Tara. Is that cool? Awesome. So something I want to show real quick. I'm just going to share over my screen so everybody knows where to find past videos and past like the tracking sheet. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this screen really quick, and we're in my sister's account, and this is the 90-day social media run. Okay. Obviously this is in a computer or desktop view, but what you want to do is you want to come over here.
Hold on 1 second. If you guys want to see how to do it from a cell phone, I don't have the mouse showing you. I just did it from my phone real quick last night, and I just did the screen share. So you can go back. I have it posted in here as far as doing it from a phone, but it's going to be the same thing.
Yeah, it's just, you got to be just adaptable. Okay. So files right here is where you go in and you find the tracking sheet. Okay. In media, you go to media, albums, right here. This is where we're going to put all the replays of all the different days. Okay. So day 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're on day 5 right now. So this is where we're finding all the days. Okay. So if like right now, today, before we get it uploaded, we'll pin today until it's uploaded, and then we'll take the pin down and put the day 5 or whatever day we're on from there. Okay. So just letting you know, we're finally getting a system going for that, and it's a little bit easier on all our ends to find stuff. Cool. So today is talking about celebrating. Celebrating is hugely important. Something, I mean, he was kind of talking about, he said, I kind of butchered this, but Tony Robbins talks about the idea of the importance of celebrating. And it's kind of like, what's the point of doing anything, any type of actions, if you're not willing to celebrate yourselves? Okay. So we really want to get in the focus of celebrating our wins. No matter our egos want to say like, oh, we want to like kind of top each other and say, oh, well, if Tara's added 5 people, I added 10 people. Even though like someone might have only added 1, it's okay. It doesn't matter. It's still a win to you. Okay. This is a 1-player game that we play in our lives. Okay. It's not a comparison game here. It's just our next best, our next best, our next best. And that's all we're focusing on. Okay.
And I think it's something huge because Robbie says this a lot, that it's like more ingrained into me, that I love it. But if you're always looking at where it's good to have goals and to look at the future, but if it's something that like, oh, I'll be happy when I get a customer, I'll be happy when I do this. And you guys have got to look at it that if it's a win or if it's I don't want to say failure, if it's something that didn't go as well as planned, we're still going to celebrate and be happy about it, because when we get to that, hey, I got 5 customers, I'm going to be there's going to be more going on. But during the thing, I got 1, I'm excited. I got 2, I'm so excited. And we're going to celebrate all along the way.
Yeah. And honestly, perspective is everything. Perspective is everything. You guys can give me any situation and I can find the good in it. I promise you. Okay. Oh, I got 10 no's today. I got 100 no's today. Well, what's great about the situation is you're practicing and you're that much better about having to talk to people.
So that
perspective is everything. Okay,
Robbie says all the time. So if you say something or if you're frustrated or whatnot, Robbie started doing this at first and I wanted to wring his neck. And now I've changed my look on things. That anytime something happens, he's like, hey, what's good about the situation? I'm like, nothing. I'm so mad right now. And he's like, but what's good about the situation? So if you can start adding that into everything, that will change your life, just everything in general.
It's just a skill. You just got to start asking yourself, what's great about the situation is this. Because when you do, you only look what's great about it. It's not just like, oh, what did I learn from this? You can say, you can pull in bad, you can pull in great, you can pull in anything. But what's great, you're only looking for what's great about it. Okay. So things that they said is really remember, look past this last week. We kind of did like a weekly assessment and said, okay, this past week, what was the win for the week? So this is a small homework assignment for you guys today is what was the win for the week? Hey, a win for the week is I showed up every day to these trainings. Win for the week was I didn't get to 10 yesterday, but I at least got to 1.
And just taking action, I think that's just, it's looking at it that there's a win every single day. What is that win? And you're looking at that.
Yep. And the next one is what is your aha for the week? It's like, I have a little aha moment that like, wow, yeah, like I'm actually understanding social media better. I'm actually understanding how to comment to people better. I'm actually understanding what groups to go into now. I'm understanding Facebook a little bit better. I'm understanding what content creation means a little better. I'm
understanding not throwing up information on somebody and giving them all the facts and just talking to them.
Yep. So what is your aha? So those are 2 little small little homework assignments, little dares for you guys to take a self-assessment for this past week. Okay. Other than that, he kind of went into a Q&A, and that's why today was just a little bit longer, was he kind of went into some Q&A. So something that he said he went into was someone asked about the following up after a tool. So whenever you give a tool or
like if you send people to the customer appreciation or send them over to that, or you send them to paparazzi website, or there's somebody interested that's never seen jewelry and you send them a piece of jewelry that we get Hostess. That's like free jewelry right there. Use it.
Yeah. So what he said is with the scripting, whenever you ask somebody or before you give someone the tool, whenever you're about to do it, you say, here's some idea scripting is, are you okay? Are you open to checking out this info? Are you open to checking out this video? Are you open to checking out this website? Awesome. That's amazing. It's solid gold he used for his wordage. The info will probably take about 15 to 20 minutes to watch or 10 minutes to watch. When would you have time to watch it? So you're giving the opportunity to see when you can watch it. So they're just like, if they don't give you an answer, kind of keep pushing until they do. I probably have time. I don't know, probably Sunday, like 7. I think it's things tend to die down and I have a little bit more time. Okay, awesome. Do you mind if I follow up with you at like 7:20 on Sunday?
And then it's also kind of giving that deadline where I am not a procrastinator, but I procrastinate and I'm a deadline girl. So you give me that deadline and I go straight till 9:55 right there on the dot, but I will get it done. And so that's where it helps on that. But then it's also, hey, you follow up on that time and then you can check and see, hey, were you able to watch that? But it just gives another reason to follow up. Or if they didn't, then it's, hey, when do you have time? Or is there any questions? No
problem. You didn't watch it? No problem. When's the next time you have time for this? Okay, awesome. Is it okay if I follow up at this time? Yes, awesome. Is that fair? Yes. Does that seem fair? Is a really great question for people to know in their mind, in your mind, that everything is like easy and they're able to like accept it. Okay.
Because there's fortune in the follow-up. And it's just like, if you see billboards on the side of the road, you're driving down the road, how many billboards do you drive past of McDonald's? It's like, oh, I saw one. Well, by the third or fourth time, it's like, I want flipping French fries from McDonald's. And so it's the same thing that we think, oh, we follow up once or we follow up twice. Oh, we're annoying them. No, it's just everyone's busy. I have 5 kids. There's people, I have somebody that followed up legit 15 times and he finally got the sell from me because he did not stop. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yep. So if you didn't set it up that way with a question, that's totally fine. You can follow up with say, hey, sorry I didn't follow up sooner. It's been a little bit crazy over here. How did that video, how did that thing make you feel, or what did you like about it? Okay. So you want to always follow up with whenever you give something to someone. Okay. And whenever you're commenting or talking with anybody, always make sure you give a question. If you don't give a question, it's easier for them to kind of just ghost and kind of avoid. But if you have a question, there's a reason for the conversation to keep going. Okay. So that was kind of the majority of all the stuff that we talked about. We'll give the daily dare and then we'll open it up to some Q&A. So we have a little bit more Q&A today. Okay. So the daily dare is there's 3 different levels of the daily dare, the homework. This is over this weekend. Okay. So this is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's 3 different levels. Okay. Level 1 is for kind of people going all out for a 1-dayer. Level 2 is people that are going all out for a 2-dayer. And then 3 days is people going out full out on a 3-dayer. Okay. So we're going to contact 25 people on day 1 on level 1. Level 2 is contact 50 people, and level 3 is 100. So it's a lot of people. Okay.
And this is up to you that if you do it in 1 day, you separate it and you do it in 3 days. Or if you want like, hey, I've got all day Saturday, I'm just going to lock myself in a room and I'm going to contact 100 people. Like, you do what's best for you. But again, this is baby steps. And so I don't want you to feel overwhelmed because we've heard that a lot. Hey, it's a lot. We're giving tons here and we're shooting that hose at you. Just take one little thing here. I'm just going to go into groups right here, or I'm just going to go through my Facebook friends. It's just by reaching out and creating conversations, that's better than nothing.
Yep. So take a breath always. Whenever you guys feel overwhelmed, just take a breath. Okay. We know, just accept that we're going to give you a lot of information and it's new. Okay. Just take a breath. Okay. So with those people that you're reaching out to, you're going to message anybody on your Instagram followers or Facebook friend list, wishing them something simple like, hey, Happy New Year name. I would love to connect or reconnect with you this year and see how I can add value to your life. Are you up for that? Okay. So that's one option that you can go out and send a message to, and you can kind of copy and paste that to a lot of different people. Second option is a little bit higher, is you get to your camera, good in selfie mode. So it's kind of like a live, and you're going to video yourself kind of going through that script, and you're not going to give a name, obviously. You say, hey, legend. Hey, sweetie. Hey, darling. I just want to send you a little video. I just want to connect with you this year, and I want to see how I can add value to you. Are you up for that? And it's a video that you're sending to all these different people. Okay.
And you can do a voice message and send that. Like, you choose whatever is the best for you and you have time for. Yep. And so you just make it work.
Yep. So these are just different options of different levels of ways you can connect with people. And if you do the video, you can just send a text, like a message before them, say, hey, Dolores, hey, Pamela, and then send the video. Another option is if you go into Instagram or TikTok and there's like a kind of a new year kind of trending sound right now, do a funny video, send them the video, and then follow up with, haha, all jokes aside, Happy New Year, Merry. I would love to reconnect or connect with you this year, whether if you're reconnecting or connecting with them, and see how I can add value in your life. Are you up for that? Okay. So it's just a way to add the conversation and keep the conversation going. Okay.
And so it's, again, I'm going back to what Amy said earlier. It's just reading your person. If you know somebody that you've talked to that they just like funny videos, then do that. Or if it's like, oh, they're more like, they're very cold, I haven't talked to them in a while, just kind of read your audience. And sometimes you don't know, and it's kind of a crapshoot that I've had to do trial and error. And there's a lot of times I'm like, oh, we're not what I'm going to try over.
And even if it seems weird, do it anyways. Weird stands out. Okay. Weird stands out. Okay. So that's our daily dare. We'll put this in the comments with everything, and now we're gonna open it up to
So hold on, I'm
some
gonna
Q&As.
answer the
Yeah, no.
Facebook.
Yeah, so we'll
I'll-
open the Q&As. She'll talk about Facebook, and then we'll answer any other questions.
Yes, okay. So Facebook is its own little kind of beast within itself.
Let's restate the question so everybody knows what's going on.
Okay, so it was, let me make sure that it was correct, Tony, but it was, you're having issues on, because I saw a lot of people that they're getting more people to view their lives or whatever if it's on their personal page, but it's trying to get them over to their business page. And it's harder to get them to move over, or you're not having as many views on your business page, correct?
And then I think you said something about like your personal page. You have other stuff that you're doing on it, right?
It's another business.
What did you say, Tony? Sorry.
It's another business, and it's a
Another business.
conflict with paparazzi.
Right.
Okay, so paparazzi's policies and procedures, I have read that thing more times, and so I'm constantly always looking at that, where within policies and procedures, it states you cannot, if you're doing one business, you cannot have paparazzi integrated with that. And I love that, because there's a lot of times in the past where people have said, oh, you're selling purses, you're selling this, and it just gets confusing. And so they just know, here, you're selling paparazzi, and there's not confusion to other customers. With that being said, they want to keep it separate. So if you have anything on your personal timeline that is to do with another business, you either need to take that off and you have paparazzi on there, or you keep that other business separate and you have your paparazzi business on your person, or you can have that on your personal timeline. Me personally, I only have so much time in a day. So I put everything into paparazzi, because whatever you focus on, it grows. So I just focus on, I only have one business. I do paparazzi. That's where I put it all. And so I have it all in my personal timeline. I have it on my business. I have it there. Where if you're trying to get people to move over, because when you're first starting out, you start out with a brand new business page, there's no one on there. So a few hacks that I have done, or my mom has done, is we've taken two phones. So I've had one on my business page live, and I've had one on my personal page. And so I'm showing a piece of jewelry and I'm saying, hey, if you want to buy this, come over to the business page and come buy over there. And I would love to help you out. I'm just trying to get people to move over. There's one idea. Another idea that you guys can do is do a drawing. Hey, again, we get hostess rewards. You sell jewelry, it's $275. That's the cheapest marketing. So do some sort of a giveaway.
Can you still do that if has a different business though?
If you have a different business, you can't have paparazzi on your personal page.
So an idea or a question, Brittany can obviously correct me if I'm wrong. Can you, when you're messaging people on your DM or personal message, can you push people that way? Because it's not on your personal page. You don't have anything with paparazzi in there, and it's not conflicting with two different businesses. Could you say, if you're talking to somebody like, hey, I'm talking to Mary, one of my friends, on my personal page, and you're talking to them, and then you push them to your business page that way?
Mm-hmm. And that's something else, is say, hey, would you come and look at my stuff over here? Or
yeah, so you have all those friends, DM, like, get to a personal message status with them, and then invite them to go check your business status. That way, if you're posting stuff on your personal page, I think that's where there's the conflict, because you have two different businesses on there.
You know what? I appreciate the time you just gave me, and I think what you just said makes perfect sense. I'm going to concentrate on the one business, which is my paparazzi, and I'm going to revamp my whole homepage and take everything else off and just do paparazzi.
Awesome. Make it a little
easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time, though.
Awesome.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Tony.
Does
Yeah.
that help as far as some of the Facebook things? And so you guys, I would do a drawing. I would do giveaways here. There's shares. There's we talk about, and not here, we've done in the past, do a Q&A. There is Sue's Pope. She was the Sue's for the necklace this last year, where she got a ton of her new team members was doing a Q&A every single Friday, and she did it for 20 minutes. And she would just ask questions about paparazzi, or anyone that got on, they'd get entered into a drawing, and they'd say, ask me about my business. And she just gave away free jewelry, and she has tons of hostess rewards. So, and then she just pushes them over to her business page. She's like, hey, come over here and follow over there, and you can get entered. There's tons of different things with that.
Yep. Awesome. Damita, question for you, or what question for you? What's your question? Sorry.
Oh, okay. Now I have two. The last thing that Brittany just said about doing the Q&A and the drawings to get people to your business page, are you doing that on your personal profile? Or are you doing that on your business? Which page are you doing that on?
You can do either. So when I did mine last, I did it on my business page and I told all my customers, here, come and do this. But switch it up and see if whatever you're getting with people. If you want to do one week on your business page and then the next week on your personal page.
Or share it over to your personal page.
Okay. All right. My original question had to do with, in the opening, you showed us where you put the you showed us where you post the daily replays. My question is, where are the assignments listed? Is there a place where I can go and see where the scripts were, where the assignments are listed?
Yeah, so you have to click in every single video, every single post, and in the description underneath, it'll have everything underneath it. It'll have
in the description at the top.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Thank
so
you.
It'll have scripting in there. It'll have the homework. There's a lot of information we've put in there. Some kind of outline for what we talked about, things like that. Cool.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Demita. Amy.
Hey, sorry, I was just trying to type it into the chat. This is actually just kind of touching up on the personal business page conundrum with Facebook. I completely understand some of those concerns, and my personal page is locked down to friends only because of some experiences I've had and due to some safety issues. Both my husband and I used to work in law enforcement, so it's there's safety issues that are involved. And I've actually had the experience of having a lot of personal death threats sent to me and death threats towards my kids because their picture was on my Facebook page and I didn't know it was public. So, but what I do now, so it was hard. Paparazzi was hard for me because I kind of have this love-hate relationship with Facebook, but I created my business page. I go live from my business page, but I always share the video to my personal page. And that is one of the few things I go in and change the setting on the videos to public so that if someone in a group that I'm commenting in is stalking me, they don't see my personal posts about my kids and stuff, but they will see my paparazzi posts on my personal page. And then I also threw some pictures in there. Like one of the groups I'm in is about bearded dragons. We have a pet lizard. And so I made sure I put some pictures of our lizard on there that are public. But so that's kind of the way I do it. And then the other thing I do is I sent a invite to every single one of my friends and on my personal page when I started my business page and sent a little message and just said, hey, I'm starting this business. Come check it out. Please come like and follow this business page. And I just kind of redo that every once in a while. Like I kind of go through and see, okay, who hasn't come over? So every once in a while, I'll just send that again. And that's one way to manage both of them, but still keep your privacy if you need to, because sometimes there are reasons why you can't share everything publicly on your personal page just for safety reasons. So.
Right. And something with that, Amy, sometimes I get invites to people's pages or their business pages, and it's just like the notification invite. How much better is if I got a personal message and just say, hey, Robbie, you like, I see you as a friend, or I see you as like a lot of value. I would love for you to support me and give me some feedback if you come join this page. How much more personal is that? I would definitely do that way over just a random invite on a notification, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So see the different levels of way you can reach out to people and connect with them. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Amy. Robin, question. Oh, Tara, we haven't got to you, Tara. I apologize. Sorry. After Robin, if that works. Sorry, Robin, go ahead.
Okay. Just a really quick question. When you're sending out those messages, would you recommend starting with a question, like, so maybe it grabs their attention, or are we ending in a question? I'm not quite sure how to do that.
What part of the process are you in? Are these like in the groups or people that you've talked to? Where are you at?
So when we're making those connections with people, and we're sending them a message and saying, hey, I just want to reconnect with you, or I want to connect with you. do we want to start it off with a question? I don't know.
I would say I mean, Brittany can chime in. I would say depending on if you're in the commenting phase, if you're going into other people's groups and doing that, I feel like that's a little bit different, whereas if they're your own personal friends or followers or things like that.
So I think ending in a question is great. So I agree. So again, I'm going back to what Robbie said. If you're going through and messaging on friends on Instagram or Facebook, and you do the scripting like they said and there's a bunch of them, but it's, hey, Robin, I see that we haven't talked in a while. I just wanted to reach out and try to reconnect. How are you doing? Right? There's a question. Yeah. So however you want to do it, but if it's doing it in you're going into groups and you're commenting on them, and I like to ask them a question because it's here. Thanks for the comment in this group on this post. You gave me some great value, or the information really helps me out. I really appreciate it. And then, so if it's about, again, I'm going to dogs. Hey, do you have a dog of your own that you have experience with this? Or some sort of a question just to kind of get them just to start responding and just to form a connection.
I would say overall, I would test it out. I feel like we tend to remember what's last in a conversation or a paragraph or someone asks us something. So, I mean, I would kind of maybe lean towards the question at the end just because that's the last thing they'll remember rather than a question and then they kind of tell you about it and then they forget about the question at the beginning. So I would maybe test it and try it out. But I personally, I would say more towards the end, maybe. So.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, Robin. Tara. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I was just like, whatever.
Patiently waiting, Tara. Thank you.
I already posted it in our 90-day group anyway, but it was more of a win. I signed up my first consultant yesterday fully. I was like, woo!
Good for you,
So, yeah,
Tara.
just wanted to let you guys know. I was excited.
That's a huge win.
Tara,
Yes.
So will you share with them, it was the one that you just started reaching out and contacting people, correct?
So I started doing that, but this is one that was actually my husband's previous boss that I haven't seen in a while and just saw her yesterday.
Wow.
And gave her my card, and then I reached out to her later on in the day and was like, hey, I know you're having issues. Maybe you should try this. And
so I think I love that because it's people that you just come in contact with every day or every once in a while that you never would think of, that if you didn't say something,
you didn't open your mouth.
Yes, that's the key that I've heard from I'm still going through the list, but the super recruiters and paparazzi, and that's what they said. They said their biggest thing, the one thing I heard from all of them is they open their mouth. They talk about the opportunity.
Yep.
mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
so awesome. Way to go, Tara.
Awesome. Tara. So cool. Sandra.
I have one person that she wants to go to EMP with me and sign up at that time.
Awesome. That's a huge win. I think that's a great idea and opportunity for you to bring people to. Great opportunity to even bring potentials or prospects, whatever word you want to say, you want to give them, to bring people there and get them have a little glimpse of paparazzi. That's awesome.
So that's something that I've been doing too. Facebook is great, where we used to do events and I'm only stuck to the people in my city, or if there's people, but I didn't hit people from all over the US. And so now that I go live, I have customers from all over the US. And so as I've talked to them this last week, I tell them how far away, and I've done it legit a screenshot. I did one of all the EMPs because I'm going to each of them. And so if you guys are going to certain ones, find somebody in that area of your customers, say who lives in this area. And I've sent messages. How far do you live away from here? I'm going to be here on this date. I would love to see you. And that gets people excited, because how often do we hear that? Here, I want to meet up with you. I'd love to see you. That. I love that, Sandra.
Awesome.
Yeah. She she lives on Long Island. So now I'm not only going to Columbus, I'm also going to the Atlantic City one because she wants to go to one of them.
You'll be seeing me
So
on
I'm kind of
both of them.
You're
excited.
so lucky, Sandra. You're so lucky.
I'm kind of excited because I
Awesome.
live by Niagara Falls in New York. So Columbus was closest to me. That was the one I was signed up for, but she wanted to go. So she lives closer to Atlantic City. So I'm taking her to that one.
Awesome.
I love it.
So cool.
I
Thank
So
you,
I'm kind of
Sandra.
excited.
Thanks for the share. Well, we're kind of at time right now, so we're just going to wrap up. I have one more little dare for you guys. Okay. I don't know if I've shared this with you guys before, but whenever you're celebrating a win, and this could be a great way, a great little daily habit for you. It always brings a smile to my face whenever I do it. Whenever you're in the bathroom and you're leaving the bathroom, whether you're doing something with the shower or getting ready for the makeup or doing something in the bathroom, as you're leaving, you look at yourself in the mirror and you literally give yourself a high five in the mirror. It is the coolest thing ever because every single time I do it, I literally laugh because I feel like so weird doing it. And it totally makes me happy. And I just give myself a little high five and I'm like, hey, you did it today. You reached out to 5 people today. That's awesome. And I feel that much lighter and brighter to go reach out and talk to more people. Okay. So it is such an awesome thing. I promise. I've done it a bunch of times and every single time it brings me a smile because it's so random and it's so weird, but I literally do it every single time. And it's such a great little daily hack for you to bring a smile to your face. Okay.
So you guys,
Christine, I love it, Christine. She had her own little mirror. That's awesome.
you guys are awesome.
Good for you guys.
Those on Facebook, I'm so sorry. I just looked over the chat because I've been more focused on the Zoom and I see that there's a bunch of questions on there. I'm so sorry we missed those. But we'll try to get to those on for future Zooms.
Yep.
I know that I saw like Miriam asked about how she can get more cells. So as far as on Facebook and grow that, you guys were just, as you create these conversations, as you start just reaching out and building your network of just meeting new people, that is the whole point of this, like social media, is it's not just here, you're reaching out to them to sign up, where having that residual income in this business is awesome, but selling the jewelry, you make money instantly. And so there's 2 great parts of this business, but it's being consistent and there's different things you can do, but this is just getting you to start just expanding your friends, expanding people for them to come and see you.
Yep. And we'll try and get to as many questions as we can. I know some people are watching us live, so thank you guys so much for watching us live. The best way for your questions to get answered is on Zoom. Okay, so obviously we love you there. We'll do the best that we can to look at questions over there. Obviously, we'll need all your guys' help because we only have so many people on our team to help out, meaning our own little personal team that we have on us. But we all of you guys are our team, right? Who was that? Was that who was talking at the beginning? Dolores? Where she was talking about we're all on the same team, right? So we're all going to use each other for help on this, okay? So thank you guys so much. I saw one thing, Andrea Rogers. Yes, that is a Mel Robbins technique. High-fiving each other in the mirror. So good job. That is definitely Mel Robbins. I love me some Mel Robbins. She's awesome. So love you guys. Hope you have a great weekend and we will see you guys on Monday. Okay. Thank you
Can't wait to
guys.
see if you're 1 or 2 or 3. Did you get 25, 50 or 100? You guys got this. Love you.
Love you.
Have
See
a
ya.
good weekend.
You too.